Hello, this is Patricia Garner with the League of Women Voters of Portland, and you are watching the Video Voters Guide or listening to our podcast. We're here today to talk with candidates running in the November 5, 2024 general election. We're also grateful for the support of Carol and Velma Sailing Foundation, the League of Women Voters of Portland Education Fund, the Weiss Foundation, and our media partner, Metro East Community Media. With me is Kezia Wanner running for District 3 City Council in Portland, and that covers most of Southeast Portland. So welcome. welcome, Kezia. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're running for this office.
Thank you so much, Tricia. As mentioned, my name's Kezia Wanner, and I'm running for City Council District 3. I live in the Woodstock neighborhood with my daughter and my husband, who is also a career public servant working in local government. I'm running for City Council because I've dedicated my career to serving the people of Portland as an employee of both the city and the county. I'd like to use that my valuable experience working for 20 years in city and county to help during this pivotal time in Portland's government evolution. I have worked in transportation, in police, in policy, budget, and fire. And so I have a broad-based knowledge of local government. For my 2 decades that I've worked as a leader, both in the city and county, I was responsible for a lot of good policy decisions coming to fruition. I push for good policy and good decision-making, smart investments of our resources, and providing quality core services. I'm also running for City Council because I can see that the new 12-member City Council does not have the success possible without having some operational grounding. So on the first day, being able to step into that role, I'll be able to have effectiveness navigating operational structure and the most challenging policy issues that our region is facing. I've earned the respect of both city and county leadership who know my ability to getting things done. You can see that in my campaign endorsements. There's just a few of these things are the things that set me apart from other council candidates. So my vision for Portland as a city councilor is to see our new government set up for future success, to ensuring that we have smart policy decisions and our investments are made in the right areas. And I'm going to focus on the revitalization of our beautiful city. And it's taken some hits over the past 5 or 6 years. Our city council will need to tackle the issues of homelessness, addiction, mental health, inadequate housing, economic stability, business development, right-sizing our police force and fire services, and rebuilding Portland's reputation. I go into this with my eyes wide open, and I'm willing to work collaboratively with the appropriate urgency to get it done.
So what are your ideas for working productively with other council members from your district?
That's a great question. So we're in uncharted territory with having the 3 council members representing single districts. And how I can see this really working effectively is establishing a district by district liaison that would work across the 3 councilors and coordinate their work and keep the lines of communication open. So I would like to establish that kind of structure in District 3, but I think it is replicable across all the districts. Additionally, working with the 3 other council members in District 3 and across the 12-member council, I think we need to establish clear ground rules at the outset about how we engage. So making sure that we have the commitment to accountability, transparency, civility, working together towards solutions. And so I will just kind of circle back to, I think that having good lines of communication will be absolutely essential. But establishing that structure of how we work together also needs to be done at the outset, and I'll really push for that.
Okay, what, if any, actions would you consider taking to address the current concerns related to the critical energy infrastructure hub on the Willamette River?
So the critical energy infrastructure hub on the Willamette River is a risk to our region. And I had worked as a research advisor for the City Club on the Cascadia earthquake study that was done about a little less than 10 years ago. And one of the things that was really explored when we did that work as a research body was looking into the CEI hub. And what I found at that time was that it's very difficult to make headway because of the large corporations that have their businesses that are tied to the CEI, or they are the CEI. And so for me, I think it starts with trying to engage with the property owners and the business owners that comprise the CEI, and seeing if we can make some headway from a perspective of goodwill and working together. And it may be that it turns into having legal counsel involved in the conversations and then approaching it that way. But I'm absolutely committed to seeing where we can go to discuss liability, risk mitigation, and then remediation of the site as needed. And it will be a long-term and evolving conversation starting that, but I think it's overdue, and I'd be part of finding solutions.
You're listening to the Video Voters Guide interview and podcast of Kezia Wanner, who's running for District 3, Portland City Council. And that covers most of Southeast Portland. Another question here. Are you satisfied with the performance of the Joint Office of Homeless Services? If not, what changes would you support? Please explain.
My feelings about the Joint Office of Homeless Services is that they have been making some strides towards improving their services and addressing some of the deficiencies that have been found with their service delivery. The city and county have been working together now for almost 10 years on this shared initiative, and I think that it's coming to greater maturation. In this last year, we're seeing improvements made with the dollars that they're getting out the door and being able to spend on individuals experiencing homelessness.
I'm going to have to interrupt you here.
Yeah.
That we only have a limited amount of time, so I'm gonna say here, thank you very much. This concludes our Video Voters Guide. I know it goes quickly. And podcast interview of the League of Women Voters of Portland with Kezia Wanner, running for Portland City Council District 3, covering most of Southeast Portland. Remember, Election Day is November 5th. Be sure to inform yourself about the candidates and exercise your right to vote. Thank you so much for your interest.